The concept of universal basic income, or UBI, has gained significant attention in recent years as a potential solution to economic inequality, job displacement due to automation and social welfare reform. Proponents argue that UBI can provide a safety net for all citizens, ensuring a minimum standard of living. However, the question remains, is UBI viable in the long term? This article delves into the feasibility of UBI, exploring its economic, social and political implications. What is universal basic income? Universal basic income is a government program in which every citizen receives a fixed amount of money on a regular basis, regardless of their income, employment status, or any other factors. The goal is to provide financial security and reduce poverty while also simplifying the welfare system. The economic perspective. Funding UBI. Is it financially feasible? One of the most significant challenges in implementing UBI is funding. The cost of providing a basic income to every citizen could be enormous. For example, in a country like the United States, with a population of over 330 million, even a modest UBI of $1,000 per month per person would cost over $3.96 trillion annually. This raises the question of how to fund such a program without causing economic disruption. Taxation is the most commonly proposed method for funding UBI. However, raising taxes, especially on the wealthy or large corporations, can be politically challenging and may have unintended economic consequences. Another approach is to reduce or eliminate existing welfare programs and use the savings to fund UBI. However, this could lead to a reduction in targeted support for vulnerable populations. Economic impact, growth or stagnation. The impact of UBI on the economy is another critical consideration. Proponents argue that by providing people with a stable income, UBI can stimulate economic growth. People with more disposable income are likely to spend more, which can boost demand for goods and services. Additionally, UBI could encourage entrepreneurship, as individuals would have a financial safety net while starting new businesses. On the other hand, critics argue that UBI could lead to inflation, as increased demand could drive up prices. There is also the concern that UBI could reduce the incentive to work, leading to a decline in productivity and economic growth. Social implications. Reducing poverty and inequality. One of the most compelling arguments for UBI is its potential to reduce poverty and inequality. By providing everyone with a basic income, UBI could ensure that even the most disadvantaged members of society have access to the resources they need to live with dignity. This could reduce the wealth gap and improve social cohesion. The relationship between UBI and work is complex. While UBI could provide financial security, it might also alter people's relationship with work. Some argue that UBI could lead to a reduction in the labor force, as people might choose to work less or not at all. This could be particularly problematic in industries that rely on low-wage labor. However, others argue that UBI could lead to more meaningful and fulfilling work. With financial security, individuals might pursue careers that align with their passions and interests rather than those dictated by financial necessity. This could lead to a more engaged and satisfied workforce. Political feasibility. Public and political support. The political feasibility of universal basic income is another crucial factor in its long-term viability. While there is growing public interest in UBI, particularly in response to economic uncertainty and job displacement due to automation, there is still significant opposition. Critics argue that UBI is too expensive, that it could undermine the work ethic, and that it may not effectively address the root causes of poverty and inequality. Gaining broad political support for UBI would likely require compromises, such as means testing or gradual implementation, which could dilute the universality of the program. Additionally, UBI would require significant changes to existing social welfare systems, which could be politically contentious. Global examples and experiments. Several countries have experimented with UBI or similar programs, providing valuable insights into its potential benefits and challenges. For example, Finland conducted a 2-year UBI experiment in which 2,000 unemployed individuals received a monthly payment with no strings attached. The results were mixed, with some positive effects on well-being and job-seeking behavior, but no significant impact on employment rates. Similarly, the city of Stockton, California, ran a UBI pilot program that provided 125 residents with $500 per month. The program's results indicated improvements in financial stability and mental health, but the long-term effects remain uncertain. The future of universal basic income. The concept of universal basic income is intriguing and has the potential to address some of the most pressing economic and social challenges of our time. However, its long-term viability depends on various factors, including economic conditions, political support, and societal attitudes towards work and welfare. While UBI could provide a safety net in an increasingly automated world, it is not a panacea. Careful consideration must be given to how UBI is funded, its impact on the economy and society, and its political feasibility. The debate over UBI is likely to continue as governments and policymakers grapple with these complex issues.